Funsie, we're back in our normal layout that you are used to. Got to get the Funsie logo up there. Maybe that'll be next episode. We'll still having some technical difficulty, but it's because I took over the whole entire system from my PC and put it on my laptop. So that's why, because I'm in Texas for Disc South, the expo that's going on.
What?
But yeah,
dude, I had no clue.
We're finally back in the regular scene of Funsie that you all know and love. So, what up, guys? How we doing?
Bro, we're doing. I don't know. Just like before this episode started, we were talking about just like a couple things personally getting ready for the expo. Obviously, Ben, that's a completely different story for him, considering he's running it. Yeah. But yeah, it's coming up. I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, it's a week away. No, it's not. I'm leaving in early Friday morning.
Oh wow! So you're gonna get there right before.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there for noon. So if anyone wants to hang out, Kyle doesn't fly until 8 p.m. So if the boys want to hang,
Sajko?
Friday at noon.
Okay, well, the Trash Panda boys and I are going to catch a round around then, so you should tag along if you want.
I am going to fly directly out of that parking garage in my rental vehicle and beeline right for there.
I love
Bet.
it.
I won't expose where we're playing. If you're a listener, you can just hope you find us at the course, because otherwise, if I exposed it, you could be waiting for us. And
hey,
I
man,
have no clue what you guys would do.
If I learned, you wouldn't even have to tell me. If I learned anything from Disc East, apparently I can just find Jesse just anytime that he's so in the area, like close proximity.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing great. I just posted a video on Monday for the first time in a little while. I know I've talked about on here. Oh wow, big.
Thanks.
I know I've talked about on here that I was trying to do 2 videos or a video once every 2 weeks. Yeah. I'm still trying to do that. I'm still trying.
Dude.
It just has not happened yet. So we're on that grind. I'm starting the next edit right now. It's already filmed, and wow. I'm really shooting to do that. But as I've talked about here a million times, it's like 40 hours of editing, probably, maybe more. So it's a bit of an undertaking, trying to find a sustainable way to do it so that I can get the most content out possible.
That's kind of what I want to ask you. So you've always talked about being like, not over editing. That's not the right word, but if you understand what I'm trying to say, like the high quality videos, ideas, not so much the disc review type, get it done in like an hour and then edit it up. Is that still kind of your plan, like the Mark Rober of Disc Golf, where it's just like one video every month, or how he does one video every month, but it's like super well produced and technical? Is that still your plan? Or are you trying to shift to a little easier subjects in editing to kind of meet the demands? Or are you trying to just stick with classic J Millie?
I'm definitely sticking with it. I don't think that on my main channel I'll ever like take a step back. It might be different. Like something that I've kind of tried to slow down on is at one point in my videos, I was doing like the subtitles, like through the entire video. And I still do that to like a certain level, but obviously like once someone is 5 or 6 minutes in, like they're probably going to watch most of the video. And the only reason to have subtitles is kind of to, kind of keep people engaged and staying there. And so I'm hoping that by minute 6 or 7, people are engaged enough in the story that I don't have to worry about subtitles. Wow, it looks super red for some reason. That's interesting. Got the vibes. But something I am trying to do is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've done some more casual shorts recently, like not necessarily.
I did today.
Yeah. So I'm starting to do some more casual shorts. I'm hoping to obviously keep up my more heavy lift shorts. Yeah. So like, yeah, my style translates to lower lift shorts, with some edits and, the text and all that jazz. But it's not like a whole story. It's most of the time maybe just me throwing a disc or, something simple, kind of more another round-esque. So I'm starting to do that. And then I'm also at some point going to have a second channel that will be more chill. I filmed, well, I played a flex a week ago or so, and I was going to do that, make that the first video that was on the second channel, but my camera died halfway through and I played atrociously. So that will not be seeing the light of day, but I might play the Huli Flex on Friday, and as long as my camera doesn't die and I play medium, that might be my it's all day. I was thinking of playing like break of day, but maybe ooh,
As
or
long
you
as
could
it was.
play.
Nah, I'm not about that. I would
Oh,
rather.
okay.
I think you'd get a lot more use out of recording and being able to do just fun content related stuff.
Okay. Well, maybe depending on when we wrap up with like Jesse and
Who's coming?
hanging out with those guys.
Do you know who else is?
Kyle, do you know Kyle? Kyle Harrigan.
No. I met,
He runs the NADGT, and then also does the manufacturing side for Trash Panda. So
he runs the NADGT?
he's like the tournament director for a lot of their stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I thought
Respect.
Feldberg was, or unless.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly his full role, but he's not necessarily, he works full time for Trash Panda, so I think he just does that.
Yeah,
on the
maybe like
side.
Colorado events or something like that. I don't know. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Side tangent.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what I'm shooting for with my content. But yeah.
Are you enjoying doing 2 a month, or is it like is it more challenging than you thought? Like what are some kind of key takeaways
I mean,
thus far?
we're 2 months into the year and I have 2 videos out. So obviously it's more challenging than I would prefer. But I'm always on a hunt of being better, being more efficient. And I think I'm figuring it out 2 years in. Like for a
Yeah.
long time, I felt like, and I think I've mentioned this, but it was like, I just get creatively exhausted. And so like I'll be deep in the throes of an edit and I'll be in my flow and I'll get to the end of doing some graphic that I'm really proud of. And I'll be like, okay, time for a break. And then I'll break and I won't want to go back because I know I have to make decisions that, affect the creativity of the project. Like this last video, like I want every video to have a story, and a story that I feel like I'm not faking and that's true to me and like that's engaging. And so when I'm picking and like scripting and picking the shots I want to use, like I'm like, is this the right way to go? Am I making sure that people are staying engaged? Like every decision I make, I'm thinking, will people like this? Is this good? Like, is this forwarding the story and making a better video? And like, that's just exhausting when like even the smallest things like, oh, is this text size too big? Is this distracting from the shot that I have? Like I care about those things. I kind of wish that sometimes maybe I didn't, but I think about every decision in my video way more than I should. Like I'm editing this next video and I'm picking the text and style I want to use for like the intro. And I've probably been at it for an hour or maybe like a little over an hour. And like, I don't know who else is doing that in the disc golf space. Not anyone else probably.
And while maintaining your identity as a creator, right? Or maybe I'm completely off on saying that, but I mean that's like, not to make it about me, like immediately transition. I just try to apply like my experience to something like that. It's been like obviously like since we started this podcast, my workload has gone up over time. So it's like, okay, how do I pivot and do like a different style of content while still making something that I like and that people like as well? Which I feel like I've actually been doing a good job of that this year. I almost rarely, it seems like I'll be throwing a disc in like shorts that I do.
Oh, true. Yeah. I feel like I've noticed that, but I haven't really keyed in on it until you're saying that right now. Like almost every one of your shorts nowadays is like some awesome roast or the silliest thing I've ever seen, Not anymore is it, you throwing a disc, which I feel like it used to be a lot of just some text, like maybe more another round, but Sajko inspired,
Yeah. Well, just trying to be
Props
like
to
more well, thank you. Just trying to be more realistic about like I can't go to the course every single day. So it is definitely a strength at this point to not have to have a frisbee or be throwing or do whatever to make content. If people ask me about like content related stuff, I always last year, like I've talked about before, was a big experimentation type of year. And just like my only goal was to upload every day or every other day, whatever. And then this, like, sure, I wasn't happy with some of the things that I put out, but if anything else, like I learned so much, and I feel like it really helped prepare me for a year like this, where I'm like, okay, I'm going to take all the things that I learned based on like audience engagement, what I like, what they like, and just try to put out something that gets like into people's view. And I've been very happy with how this year has actually ended up going so far, because if I'm being completely honest, I don't feel like I get much respect within the disc golf sphere. And maybe that's just my own perception.
In what way?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm just like taken serious, I suppose, as a creator or like a figure in disc golf. And
like
I understand, like
I'm not like like you're silly, or like if someone were to be like, okay, we're having a bunch of creators at Disc South, they wouldn't put Sajko's name in
there. No, that's not me trying to target Ben. No.
Yeah, I can put you up there. Sorry, it just didn't cross my mind.
No, that wasn't me, because I agree. Like if you put my face on there, they'd be like, "Who is that?" But yeah, it's not like people wouldn't take me serious because of my content being silly. It's more so, I don't entirely know. I just feel like people see my content and okay. I will say there have been some prominent figures in disc golf, or I would consider prominent, that have been like, yeah, it's cool to like do shorts, but you should really do YouTube. Essentially kind of implying like doing shorts is great and all, but if you really want to be like a creator and do something with what I'm doing, kind of like implying if I want it to matter, quote unquote, I should really like do YouTube and long form content.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like what you're saying is people don't see the creativity behind what you're doing. Maybe like they aren't valuing the effort you put in. Is that?
Maybe more so like they don't view shorts as being as important as like full blown YouTube content. Yeah. So like that's just something that I enjoy. And truthfully, there's like today I went out and I recorded the lefty video.
I was about to ask.
Thursday. Yeah, it's gonna be ready. Don't worry, it'll be ready for Thursday. I just have to do my overnight for my day job, the last one for the year. And
so let's go. The work overnight.
Yeah. So I'll have that ready, and sometimes it's like what you're talking about, Josh, where you feel like I love shorts because I have a thought, I go out and do it, I edit it quickly, I put it out, and then I'm happy about it. Like immediately, like, okay, it came and passed. For me to have an idea that I care about for the amount of attention that I want to give a video is so difficult. Like I'll be potentially sometimes like halfway through the video, and I'm like, do I even care about this anymore? I'm like, I've viewed it so many times over and over again.
Like a full length video? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, full length YouTube related content. That I almost get like, it's like when I was an audio engineer and I would be editing something, and your ears get like blind to what you're editing, and you're like, is this even,
Yeah.
is the bass right? Is the like,
This
I
is
can't even tell anymore.
trash.
Yeah, so you have to
Yeah.
come back later on and check it out. But I don't really know how I try to summarize everything that I just talked about. I guess I just went on a tangent, and apparently I'm feeling some stuff right now.
Well, dude, I totally understand. Like, I earlier on, I used to get like in the throes of an edit and be like, this video blows. Like,
Mhm.
I think I've talked about it on the podcast. I thought the Eagles Crossing video was just like straight garbage. You know, like I just was like, this stinks. This is what the heck. I'm so tired of this video. Like, just get it out. You know, like I'm over it. And I put it out there, and it's one of my best performing videos, and people love it. And I feel like something that has kind of got me through that now is I almost like sectionalize my videos. That was way too close to a different word. But like,
keep going.
it's like I almost have like parts now where like I treat it like, okay, this is my intro. Then, you know, this is some context. This is the first round of my tournament. This is the second round of my tournament. This is the, you know, conclusion. And that kind of helps me not stress about the like whole video in the same way that I used to. And maybe it's partially just like, you know, I'm 30 videos in and I don't have that same distaste for my editing as I used to.
Yeah.
But I think it's that. And then I also think something that I do is what you said, where like I'll edit something and then I'll go do something else and then I'll come back to it. Like with my videos, my flow is story script first, then I populate clips. So a lot of times that will be me like doing my talking head VO, or, you know, like if I'm playing a tournament, it'll be those clips, or sometimes, you know, like I'm talking about something in the VO or the story I'm trying to sell. So I have to come up with like a camera shot that I need to get. And so I'll populate all those clips. And then the next part is combing through and like doing graphics and doing text and doing all that. And then the next part is combing through and doing all my music, you know? And so like each of those sections is like an opportunity to revisit like my decision and be like, okay, I'm actually happy that I chose to include this part of the story, or actually let me cut out this part of me talking about this random thing. Like, I don't feel like that accomplishes what I want it to accomplish, you know? And so I feel like that has helped me a lot in the creative process of like being confident in what I made. The issue that, you know, like I talked about is me pushing myself to like make those creative decisions. Cause like the thing is, once you make the decision, all you have to do is make the decision and then come back to it and be like, yes or no, you know? And so like, that's kind of been my mindset. I'm like, okay, like you may feel like this is not the best idea in your head, but you're not thinking of anything else. So just do this. And then maybe either you'll think of something better or this is what you want. So that's been something that's helped me a lot recently. I don't know if this went off of what you said.
No. This translates very, very well for me, because it's kind of like when you like being in school and you start a new class and they basically go over like the syllabus and you see every single thing that you have to do for that semester. And you're like, I have to finish all of this. But then as you tackle each part and you get through the end of the year, you're like, that was easy. Why was I freaking out? It's just a matter of like Ben has talked about how, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, doing pre-production or going out and recording for you is like the easy part, and editing for you is like kind of the more difficult part. I feel like I'm kind of the I feel like I'm kind of the opposite. I feel like the editing is easy because I don't have to do anything. I can just stay where I am. Whereas the other one's like, okay, I got to go out and go do everything and make sure that I do it exactly how I want to do it. And so maybe that's what holds me back. It really is. Obviously, it's a me problem. I just have to go out and go put in reps and just there is no easy way. Just go do it over and over again if I really mean what I'm saying, right? Like, just take action. But I'm just going to keep sticking with what I'm doing, and maybe an additional video will go out every month aside from the Lefty series.
Yeah. So, okay. I have a thought and then I have a question for you, Sajko.
Yep.
So, my thought is maybe not a thought, but whatever.
Okay.
For me, something that might be unique compared to you guys is when I'm in the edit, I still have like filming to do. Like something that
okay.
So like here, look at this. For the listener, sorry, but for the YouTube viewer, I have my script written for a video. This is not my script. My script's on my computer. And like those like that script doesn't have video attached to it yet. So my first line is, I might be the lowest rated sponsored disc golfer ever. And so when I read that, I don't want it to just be me in a room talking to the camera. I want to be out on the course, like walking with my bag and talking. So
Yes.
I've already filmed the like tournament part of this video, but now I'm in the intro where I need to attach like a clip to the script that I already have written. So like now I have a shot list where I came up with shots that I feel like correlate well and will tell my story well to the script that I had already written before I played the tournament. If that makes sense. Like, I don't feel like this isn't the most efficient way to do it, but it's been my process so far, where like even during the tournament, when, you know, if you watch my videos, I do like a voiceover. Sometimes it'll be me talking head, but sometimes it'll be shots that I went out and shot post tournament to, you know, fill in and like accomplish the meaning that I want to have. So that's part of what I'm trying to make more efficient, is like I need to figure out a way to like right now I'll edit a little bit. I'll be like, okay, I want to get the shot. Go do the shot. Come back. Edit a little bit. Oh, I need this shot. Go take the shot. Come back. And instead it should probably be like, get all my shots and then edit. And like that would probably save me a lot of time. So
and you're saying to pre-plan, you like you're saying you're trying to pre-plan more, like, oh, this is like plan the video before you even shoot it.
yeah, like right now, obviously, like I wrote this script before I shot the video, but a lot of it is stuff that is just voiceover. And like I kind of I do shoot certain clips. I shot certain clips that I knew I wanted to use that weren't necessarily like me talking to the camera, but there always ends up being like, once I get into my flow, there always ends up being one that I'm like, oh, I feel like this shot would really drive this point home, you know? And so I just wish there was a better way for me to be like, okay, based on like how this script feels, this is the shot that I want for that. And just, you know, going with that. So I don't know, kind of a catty corner point, and that's the end of it. But
no, I have considered, I'm like, okay, if I want to do YouTube, what is the easiest way that I can do it without with like the least effort, but try to get something out of it? I've thought about doing a podcast, like a solo one where it's just me talking about whatever. So I guess maybe a podcast isn't the right thing, but it kind of is. Maybe like a lot of talking head and kind of just like something related to that.
Here's what I think.
But I don't know.
I think because you're only on Instagram doesn't make you not a creator, or whatever. I don't think you should feel that way. But I think we've talked about this before. Just there's something about YouTube having a fan base there where it's like that's where you have influence. I feel like it feels like on TikTok you can have easily get 100,000 followers on TikTok, but maybe like 100 fans or something like that. Where if you only have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, that to me personally seems like a lot more than 100,000 on TikTok. And then TikTok, I don't even know why I mentioned it, but like, and then I think Instagram is slowly becoming that kind of like,
In
where
between.
that in between, yeah, where it's like, it's Instagram's just real driven now. It's all about they saw TikToks, it's real driven. So I think maybe that's I don't know what the reasoning is, but to me personally, YouTube, like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube is like worth more than. But I guess it depends because we've seen disc golf content creators, in my opinion, or in creators in general that have tons and tons of followers just because they have that viral reel or whatever, but it doesn't really
Mhm.
amount to anything, I guess. Like I don't know, like branding wise, like it amounts to something, but it's just like a different beast, and I think I
Yeah.
don't. So maybe that's why they feel that way. I don't. I was just trying to like process through why people would be like, oh, you got to do YouTube, bro, and stop with the shorts. I don't really know.
Well, I don't even think it's just your feelings in general. I think it's just kind of an overall vibe of there's more legitimacy that comes with a following on YouTube over like Instagram or something like that. And I think what I have to say to that is it just depends what you want out of putting out content. Of course, we all do this for fun and we enjoy doing it, but
Yeah.
I think for like beyond doing that, then it was kind of just like, oh, cool. I'm like making all these sweet connections and meeting people, and it's taking me to cool places and to all these events for disc golf and working in disc golf, and I can't really ask for much more than that, I guess, aside from having like my own personal following. I suppose like I guess it's what I said, just like the respect that I guess I seek. And again, maybe that's just a me not looking at the
Well,
situation correctly, but that's
no,
just how it feels.
I think you're also different. I think you're different in the aspect that you make content that is actually valuable. So I think
Oh well, thank you.
what I was saying earlier on how like TikTok, like Instagram, like we see sometimes like those creators that just do voiceovers of the trending thing, or like a cap cut of something. I don't know, like
Dude.
me after a bad round, and it's like Will Ferrell going ah, and like
Too real.
and
Sorry, yeah, it made me laugh.
and like there's a place for that. Don't get me wrong, um, and I think it's valuable, and I think you can get viewers and followers from that easily. But I don't think that I guess that's more so what I'm talking about. When you do that, it's easy to get followers, but I don't think it translates to fans. But what you're doing, I think, translates to fans. So I think you just got to keep doing it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of going off of that. I feel like I've been a big pusher of you to YouTube, and that's not because I don't think what you're doing. Well, first of all, it's just because it's what I did, and I always try like I want everyone to enjoy what I enjoy, so
Yeah, of course,
I
of course.
project a lot. But it's not because I didn't think what you were doing on Instagram was valuable. I respect what you do and did a lot. It's more so that I know the money is in YouTube. So if the
Yes.
money for making content isn't what you're worried about, then frick, dude, don't make YouTube videos. But when I was like, make YouTube videos, like my end goal is to make YouTube disc golf videos and make enough money to do it, you know? So
Hmm.
I kind of just assumed that your main goal was kind of the same thing. And so that's why I was like, go make YouTube videos, not because I didn't value what you had. And to kind of go off of that, I agree with Ben. I think that you are one of few disc golf creators, and honestly, any creator that has an Instagram following that like is legit. You know, like Ben said, there are so many disc golf creators and other creators that had 1, 2, 3 videos that went crazy viral, and then they got a ton of followers, but all those followers are essentially like ghost or bots or whatever. You might not have like the crazy following that like someone else does, but all of your followers typically, you know, value your content or will buy your hat whenever you drop one, or like genuinely care about you, like you've built a community. And that's what truly matters, you know, like That's what I'm going for on YouTube and Instagram too. But like
Yeah.
the goal is to have people that, the numbers don't matter if the numbers don't show up every single time. If they, if you have a ton of followers, but you get 900 views on your Insta post, it's like, okay, well, then what's the point of having all the followers? Like, yeah, it's a metric that looks good,
Yeah, I
but
think.
like, yeah,
Just real quick. I think now that I'm thinking through, I think to formulate, I think it's a lot easier to get followers on Instagram. Where YouTube, it's a lot harder to get people to subscribe and even click on your video. So I think that's probably why, it's easier to or like subscribers are more dedicated fans than Instagram followers, because you just see. I mean, there's so many people in the world that just see one thing and click follow, and whereas YouTube, I don't know, it just feels more like there's more barrier there. Like I barely subscribe to anyone, but I follow a ton of people on Instagram.
Yeah, it seems like Instagram and apps like that are more so when you're out and about in your day, you're kind of like going through your phone. You're not necessarily using like free time or something like that. You're just kind of in the midst of whatever you're doing, scrolling. Whereas YouTube, maybe more so, is like, okay, I have free time. I'm choosing to go on YouTube. I'm choosing to watch this YouTuber that put out content.
yeah, like you set aside time for YouTube, but Instagram is just filler.
Yeah, potentially. But yeah, Ben, or well, I guess yeah, both of you. Like, I know that you mean well saying those things. I'm not like going after you guys. It's just,
Yeah, no.
it's just these are just, and they're not like direct things that people have said per se. It's just more so like implications based on like the things that we're discussing
The
right now.
vibes.
Yeah, the vibes. I'm not. Look, I'm not like woe is me. I enjoy. If anything, I enjoy the content that I'm putting out right now more than ever, and I finally feel like I've found my space within the disc golf space, and lots of exciting things going on in the future that I can't really talk about yet. So,
Yes, sir.
anyways, point being, whatever your end goal is, I guess is really the key question, and where you decide to put your time.
And
Anyways,
go ahead, Jay Millie. I'll wrap. I'll do a wrap up whenever this is whenever we want to
Cool.
move on.
Yeah, I have a question that I have been wanting to ask. So, are you still? I remember a few episodes ago we talked about you, doing the lefty YouTube videos and trying to like more casually make YouTube content. Is that something you're still trying to do, or like, are you taking a step back, trying to take a step forward, trying to figure that out? What are the vibes when it comes to that?
no, I'm like doing something like that is my best way of committing to doing YouTube stuff, because last year I put out one video. So if I can do one every month at least, I mean, I've already completely blown out of the water what I did last year, and it's
1200%.
It's something, yeah, it's something where I think it's hard to get someone to care about that, I guess, because they're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna watch this dude be worse at disc golf, like that's great. But I think it might appeal to like beginners, and I feel like I'll learn stuff along the way, and maybe people will, and I'll try to make it as entertaining as I can, aside from how the first video went. Like, I've talked briefly before about I want to try to look at my form and look at things that I should focus on. Maybe do like, okay, I'm gonna like talk about the discs that I've been throwing and what's in my bag and how I think it could benefit people that are starting out or that you're trying to get into the sport, so on and so forth. Maybe try to shoot par, kind of like what Foundation does, like Course Conquest. Maybe try to see if I can, okay, if I can at least reach par on this course.
Maybe
let me go to this
again.
Oh man, let me just tell you, to sidetrack, shooting one down that one time, I mean, I saw God in that moment. Okay, like I was playing out of my mind, dude. So let's there's no expectation for that. Otherwise, I shot like +3 and +6 or something like that the two other times that I played, which so, still like they didn't feel like they were that bad.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Just it pretty much is just like, oh, you hit a tree on hole 7, old hole 7. You're like, okay, cool. I guess I'm taking a bogey, double bogey.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna stick to the lefty series. I have cool ideas, and you'll have to see what comes out on. I'm hoping it comes out on Thursday.
Sweet. Well, kind of going off of that, and I think you know this, and we've definitely talked about this, but I feel like you just said something along the lines of like you want to have. Oh, I can't remember exactly what you said, but you want to have like a good idea. Like the base of YouTube is the personality and the community you build because people want to hang out with you. And you, Sajko, have proven that people want to hang out with you because they want to hang out with you on Instagram. So when it comes to you, I don't think you need to worry. Like, obviously, try to have a good idea for every video you make. But, like, at the end of the day, like, I think you already have a strong community. And if you just keep, like you said, being consistent, posting on YouTube, I don't really think it matters as much as, like, the most banger idea you've ever had.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're a cool guy that people obviously want to hang out with and spend time with. Like, that's essentially what YouTube is spending time with, certain people. Oh, I'm super out of focus.
Well, again, I appreciate that. I'm not trying to make this whole thing about me. That's not what this was intended to be. So if we want to move on from that, but yeah, I appreciate you guys saying all that stuff.
No,
I think it was good to talk about it.
I have one more thing go ahead. Because I'm the wrap up guy.
I'm sure there are other creators in the space that probably feel the exact same way I do, and they might be doing even better than I'm doing in terms of like whatever subscriber, follower count, anything. So hopefully they hear this and they're like, "What the heck? That guy feels that way. I feel that way," or they get something out of this.
For sure.
All right. So Jay Millie called me out earlier, and he's right. I just didn't think of putting Sajko on appearances for Disc South. I think it's just because you're my friend, so it's just like one of those things, where it's just like, it's Sajko. He's my boy. But check DiscSouth.com appearances page. Maybe it's uploaded when you see this. Sajko's on there. Boom, baby. I also listen.
That's not my
reason. The real reason is because you didn't know you were coming until like yesterday, so I wasn't sure if you were actually coming.
But you know what? That's, as Robbie C says all the time when I listen to him on In the Bag. That's fair. He says that's fair a lot.
Yeah.
Where is this picture from?
You see it? Let's go. No,
dude, I'm so scared.
That's the real reason. I was planning on putting you on the whole time. I just didn't know if you were coming, so that's why I just didn't put it up, because I didn't want to put it up and be like,
hey,
because like Joseph's not coming, so now I have to take that down, and that definitely isn't like the best scenario for me, because then it's like a bummer, like, oh, like people wanted him to come, now he's not coming, so like I always try and play it safe on as to who's committed, so I can like I post when they're actually I know, but I'm not. That's not a slight against Joseph. Like I 100%.
No, it is. It is.
No, it's not.
F that guy.
I agree with him. I respect what he's doing. His son made the championship game, and he wants to be there. And he promised his family that if he can, he's not going to let disc golf, get in the way of family time. So I respect that. I was just saying an example, like imagine if, like, I don't know, I put up Paul Macbeth is coming without any confirmation, and then it ended up not being true. Mm-hmm. I'd get a lot of like, bruh.
They're like, oh, I bought this ticket for that reason. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sure. Look, I love all of our guests that we have on. It's great, except for Joe. But ones like these really are what I feel like this podcast is about. Like, I didn't even know that this was something that was on my brain, but we talked about it, and it was nice to talk about. And I feel like I got something out of it. Again, hopefully listeners get something out of it. Froth therapy at its finest. So, anyways, we can transition away from that somehow.
Sajko, I need you to look at your picture though on Disc South first. I need you.
I can't.
Oh, okay. No.
No, I mean I can. I could. I'm not going to right now. I'll do it after the show or something.
Let me know if it's approved before I can change it if
dude.
you need me to.
That's amazing.
Maybe we'll keep
Anyways,
it up for a day. All right. Go
okay.
ahead.
I do have a prompt. Throwing it back a little bit, if you guys want to kind of go through like sort of a fun whatever. I guess icebreaker, even though we're how far into the episode. Or do you guys want to? We can talk about Disc South, of course, because I mean that really is the big focus.
Yeah.
How about we end with the prompt?
Cool. I'm down with
Let's
that.
do that. Because I want to talk about what we're gonna do for the live episode. Or do we need to do that? Do we need to do that off air? I don't know. Do we want it to be a surprise?
I do have some ideas. I don't know if they're just in my brain, so I don't. There might be a lot of as I try to think about it, but we can talk about it live.
And
if you
let's
want.
talk about it.
And
dude.
we're gonna try and get this like recorded so it can be uploaded on our channel. So that's the goal.
I can't wait. It's gonna be a very different vibe of trying to do this in front of potentially other people viewing us. Could be very strange.
It'll be very.
We got to get it together, as in like the segments we're gonna do and stuff like that, because it can be a really fun time. Obviously, I've done Stagger Stance live the past 2 years. They always do segments live with the audience, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So first of all, Ben, like I have zero idea when I am obligated to be doing stuff at this thing. Like it is less than a few days away, and I don't know when this creator panel is happening, when Funsie Live is happening. Like, come on, I need a schedule, man. I need to know when
it's uploaded on this South seminar schedule.
Oh, so like you didn't think that you needed to tell the people in the panel? You just uploaded it and expected us to find it ourselves?
We've been talking about the Funsie podcast this whole time. I even texted you when we were gonna do it.
I must have just not gotten this text.
I think you must have just missed it because I said, boys, we're gonna do the Funsie panel or a Funsie podcast.
Okay, did you say like which day and at what time?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well then I'm just tripping.
Yeah, it's all good.
Next year, Ben, I would appreciate if you would text me when I am obligated to talk about stuff. And
here's the thing: you don't you're not obligated to do anything. I currently don't even have you on the content creator panel.
Okay.
If you want to do it, I was letting you decide. I'm letting people decide. I can put you on the content creator. As for Funsie, I'm pretty sure I communicated it. But as for obligations, there's no obligations. My only thing is just like hang out at the expo and say hi to your fans. So I mean, that's why they're here, to meet you guys, you know. So that's literally the only obligation I say. That I don't give any obligations other than like if people want to do seminars. I've never been like you have to do this to fulfill our contract. So that's why I don't have you on the content creator panel right now. If that's something you want to do, then I will add you to it. I might do Saturday and Sunday content creator panel. I might split it up. Because there's so many content creators. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I can't have, like 10 panelists answering questions about content. So, if you want to do the Sunday one or Saturday, that's up to you. You let me know. But
well, here it is. If you want to put me on it, put me on it. But if you don't want me there,
all right, I'm putting you on it. I'll update it right now. There you go.
All right, cool.
But there you go. That's your answer.
Yeah.
It's not like I wasn't trying to not communicate. It's just I just didn't know you wanted to be a part of it.
No, I think you were, dude. All right. Anyways, Disc South.
Dude, I swear Jay Billy calls me out once per podcast, bro. This man saves it for the podcast. Like just text me.
Yeah, for listeners, we secretly don't like each other, and we don't talk ever outside of the. Yes.
For listeners, I don't have real beef with Ben. I just love to bring up beef.
It makes for a more exciting listen.
It's all good. No. You're on the panel now. There you go.
Boom, son.
1 p.m. Saturday, this South. So far, Bonanza, Robbie C, Jesse Stemman, Jay Millie, and then I'm going to ask a few other people if they want to join, and I might have to split it up, honestly, because that's already a pretty stacked lineup, and I want, you want each creator to talk enough where it's not like, if there's 10 up there, it'd be like 2 minutes each. So
Dude, what do I was gonna ask about like personal plans and like what's going on this weekend, but maybe that's a conversation for not on a podcast. That's what I'm mostly excited about. Is like you mentioned, there's gonna be all these content creators there, many of which I have not met, including Josh. So, anyways, that's the point that I'm excited about.
Yeah,
The
any
only person
collabs going
I
on?
have met, I'm gonna be in a Bodanza video.
Sick. That's what I'm saying. I that's what I wanted this to be, like a content creator summit, like or partially, obviously, like, but I wanted to have it like the best content creators in disc golf that are able to make it. Obviously, I don't have all the best content creators, but some just live in different places or not able to make it. But that was my goal, to get like, some awesome content creators in disc golf, and have you guys collab and meet up, and hopefully every year it can be like your own personal content creator summit in this South.
Did I've been trying to come up with a video idea I could film while everyone's here, but I have zero ideas. Do you guys have any ideas for what I could do?
I threw discs at Sajko's ankle.
Do it, dude. I have ankles of steel. Bring it.
What did you call your legs?
My legs?
You called your legs in like a video or something. Something like some like food item.
Oh,
You're
probably
like,
just like string beans or something like that. I have no idea.
Never mind.
But no, I don't like that's very much me and like how I approach content. I don't really I like come up with stuff on the spot sort of. I'm like, dude, this would be hilarious. Like the Ken Climo thing at the other expo. I'm like, we have to involve Ken Climo.
Underrated.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I don't know. I'm just going to be a menace and just do stupid stuff. And if I see you, I'll come up with ideas. How about that?
Dunk on him.
How about
Dunk on me, dude.
Did we say that we were going to discuss what we were going to try to do for the podcast, the live podcast? Did we already veer away from that, or did we say that we weren't?
I honestly, I feel like we talk about it. Like the people who will show up might not even be the people who listen to this episode.
Straight up.
So let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. I don't know. I have a few ideas too, but I'd like to hear yours for sure.
Okay. So I thought about doing tier lists, and
the
thing, because I want like the people that are there watching us to feel like they are contributing to this, like in some form or fashion. Like maybe they say something like we're like, no, that's C tier, and they say something and we're like, oh wait, no, they're totally right.
Debates. I like
yeah,
that.
and it helps influence us, and maybe collectively we all come up with answers.
And the whole audience could do it. Maybe we do like a Kahoot.
Well,
that'd be
this would be a lot of work, but something where they like scan something with their phone and they can input answers maybe for like certain prompts that we provide, and then we get like helpful insight from like a select group of people, maybe about specific topics in disc golf, and it may be interesting for us and very revealing for anyone that watches. I don't know. Again, that's a lot of work and coming up with stuff, but I don't know.
Maybe we could just bring a listener down and interview them, or maybe we can get a live guest there, like one of the foundation guys, or Robbie C, or something like that. Like do a live, like partially get a live guest, because that's what Stagger Stance did. We had like 5 live guests at the expo, like Gannenberg, Moshe Leibach, and then a bunch of different vendors like Yikun Discs, and
that'd be awesome, actually. I mean, that's way more simple, but like I know Robbie C is like, he is all about the Funsie boys lately.
Dude, I love
and
Robbie.
I only know that because I got to like, I was on the In the Bag podcast last week, and got to like talk with him, and he's like, dude, I'm just gonna be straight Funsied out over there. I'm going to grab a J Millie disc. I'm getting a Funsie flip, and even like talking with him at Worlds, I know he wants to come on, and he listens, which I did not know. So that would be awesome.
Dude,
simple,
I think
but fun.
Yeah, I like the idea of having a few guests. like Robbie C, or if we can convince Bodanza, or we could get Jesse back
Oh
on.
yeah.
I think it could be cool to like have each of those guys on for, I don't know, 15
Like,
minutes or
yeah.
something, and then yeah, have some, maybe we end with the tier list or begin with the tier list, or something that also involves the crowd a little bit. I guess if we had the guests on, we could be like, hey, if you have a question you'd like for them to answer, ask it. I don't know.
Yeah, we could end with like if anyone has questions about like content related stuff, or I suppose even like expo related things, or because I think
How to
that's
run
kind of
an
something.
expo.
Well, maybe there is going to be a content panel, so maybe that's not
Panel,
the
yeah.
most original thing, but
Yeah, I thought it could be fun, or like when you were talking, I thought maybe it could be fun if like there's a real someone who listens to us regularly that's in the crowd, to have them up and tell us what they would like to see and maybe what they have liked about Funsie.
oh, that's the thrill of having a live audience. You're terrified. You're like, they could say anything right now.
True. I guess I hadn't thought about that. Someone could blow it up.
Just go absolute delinquent mode. But I
So
accept
true.
it. I mean, editing is a real thing.
So true. I like all of these ideas.
Yeah. Anyone listening, leave a comment. Please let us know, and we'll take it into consideration. And I guess you'll see when you listen to the next episode what we came up with.
So true. Yeah, if you're gonna listen to the live Funsie, bear with us. I'm sure there will be some silences, some
No.
Hopefully it won't sound like this episode. Where we're like,
So true, yeah.
All right.
I'm excited. I feel like I kind of have some experience now with like a live thing because I had my Whatnot stream last week.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Was
Yeah.
you were like nervous about it, right? Like what?
For sure. So for listeners, Whatnot is like a live auction. It's like a quicker eBay almost. Like people go on there, people being me, and I had 80 discs that I wanted to sell. And so I was like looking at the camera being like, hey, what's up, guys? All right, we're going to run this J Millie Intercore. And so it pops up on the screen and says J Millie Intercore, bid $1 or whatever. And people can hit bid, and then it keeps, growing, and there's a time limit. And so like 5 minutes to bid on this disc. And so 5 minutes is way too long. It's usually like a minute. And then people bid, and then, it ends and they win it. And so then, I ship it out to them the next day. So I decided to do one because I'd seen a lot of people doing it. And I had a bunch of discs that I just wasn't throwing, didn't have a real need for, didn't see a future throwing. So in my true sustainability fashion, I was like, well, someone else can use them. But like Sajko mentioned, as the day approached, I got nervous. Obviously, I podcast, I yap a lot, I make YouTube videos, I make shorts, whatever. But most of that is like, I'm by myself. Like, I know how to talk to people, but like on a Whatnot or like just like a stream, I've never really just streamed. I don't do Instagram lives, I don't do Facebook lives. So I was just nervous that like there would just be like a point where like I just hit a breaking point and I have no clue what to say, what to talk about. And so someone's whispering.
sorry, I muted myself on the podcast, but my laptop was charged 100%, and this podcast sucked it. So now it's like your laptop's about to die. So I have to call my fiance like, I need my laptop charger right now. Oh my goodness. I was like, I was expecting it because it was 100% by the time we started. I guess the video really just sucked it. But keep going.
I was just all I heard was
Yeah, exactly. I was like, is this dude on like a business call right now in the middle of a podcast? Like he couldn't put aside 1 hour?
No,
It sounded like ASMR.
I muted the podcast, but yeah, I thought you guys would be able to hear it, but yeah, I'm just waiting on a charger. But keep going. Hopefully my laptop doesn't die.
Okay, cool. What a great intermission. But I don't know. I ended up doing it. I had my homie Anderson help me with it. So he was logged on and
we're back. Sorry, laptop died. Anderson, go.
yeah, so my homie Anderson was helping me. He was logged on to my account, but on a different screen. And so all I had to do was like hold up the disc that I was gonna auction, and he would, go make it prefed. And so it would show it to the viewers, and then they would start bidding on it. And I would be like, this is Bel Air, Climo
Dude.
Bel Air that I tried out and I didn't, love it that much. So here you go.
It's funny you say that because I bid on a Climo disc, thought I was gonna win. And
oh yeah, Ben was there. How did I do, Ben?
you did good.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Thank
good.
you.
I've done. I've seen a few Whatnot streams, but mostly for bricks and cards.
Okay. Yeah. So, more of the story. It was a lot more fun than I thought. It was a great time. Like it was kind of just fun to like talk to the chat and hang out with the people that were there. Somehow I think I was like probably averaging around 75 or 80, and I hit like a max of like 100 something at one point. So there was a lot of people in there. I got a decent amount of comments.
I was gonna ask, like, I'm guessing you have your fan base, but like, was it random people that just found you on Whatnot too, or was it just pure Jamie fans?
There was a lot of people that had just found me, but I got 5, 10, 15 messages of people being like, should I know who you are? Who are you? What? And then I would be like, oh yeah, I make YouTube videos. You don't have to know who I am. And one of the guys was like, what is your YouTube? And I was like, JMillyDG. He was like, oh my gosh, you have 90,000 subscribers. And I was like, yeah. It was pretty funny. So I think a handful of people obviously didn't know who I was, probably more than a handful. But a handful of them at least checked it out and were like, hey, I subscribe.
Boom. For if you have to go to YouTube to see this, but these are the Funsie flips, metal flake flips with the stamp. Shout out Sajko for creating the stamp. Yeah, no, you guys are each gonna get one. Obviously, I took my own already, but I just like it was this color. Yeah, if you guys want any of these ones, I can put it aside. Obviously. Okay. Yeah, so we'll probably have 40. Now we'll only have 46 Funsie flips, 3 for us, and then one for Stash's Clay. But everything else exclusively at Disc South. You have to come to Disc South to get them. So there's the limit. It's already limited to 46. So there you go. These are so sick though. Yeah, should we have a limit? Are we gonna be on the collector's market? Oh wait, I just realized you guys weren't up. I'm just talking to myself. Oh no.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, dude, these are collector's items. Limit 2 per customer.
2 per customer. No, we'll limit it to.
If you want to buy all 50, guys, you can buy all 50. We'll let you.
Yeah, we're not gonna do the MVP route where they're like 1 per person. Instead, we're going to do the Discraft route where they're like, buy whatever. As long as you got the money, buy as many as you like.
Buy 50.
Yeah, straight up. They brought I think they brought like 30 Eagle McMahon ranges before they were even out yet. Like they sold, I guess, in 5 minutes.
Yeah, they did.
which is crazy.
And Big Germ Tempos, the particle glow one that they brought. So
you see, like,
oh,
I was gonna say they're also bringing some heat to Disc South. I don't know what it is. I know what the exclusive VIP disc is, but they're gonna bring some heat to Disc South too, in a special drop. So I'm excited for that.
sweet.
dude, can't wait.
But okay, so I kind of understand the concept of like people really, really, really like wanting to get the Eagle McMahon range, but like at the same time, it came out a week later. Like, you know, like if
Special
you're there
stamp.
and it was different than the regular one.
I'm pretty sure. At least the Big Germ one was. That's why. So it's
Okay, yeah,
first
then
you
that
get your
is for
hands on
sure.
before anyone else,
Yeah.
and I think it's like a special stamp. I don't know about the Eagles, but I know for sure the Big Germ Tempos had his Lionheart logo, and that was it on it.
Oh wait, I have one with the Lionheart logo.
Did Jonah get? Yeah, then you're the one of only 30
No.
people.
I got it from Armory.
Yikes.
Just the Lionheart logo?
Oh no, it's like in the middle of the
No, yeah.
Dragonfly stamp.
No.
Do you have a tempo right there, Sajko?
Just the
No,
Lionheart.
I was just grabbing a frisbee just to like mess around in my hand. But,
It was just
no,
the
I do not-
Lionheart
I do not have a
logo.
tempo.
Just
I do have
stamped in
a
the
range.
corner. That's
I was one of
Okay,
the
okay.
I was one
Yeah.
of the 30 that got a range because
Is it a special stamp or no?
I don't think it is, but it's a really cool color. And I almost lost it the other day in snow, but thankfully somehow found it.
Okay,
Because I
would've
yeah,
been
the Eagle
big
might have
sad
not
if
been
I
special
lost that.
stamp. But you get the
You
first
see-
30 in the world before anyone else. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I was
No,
stoked.
no,
It's,
and
it's
like
I enjoy it. It's a good disc.
yeah, I understand like you were there, and so you got it. You know,
Mhm.
like you just got it earlier than anyone. But like someone who is like buying it in the aftermarket before it, like something specific like that, like the Eagle McMahon range, which is going to be a stock disc a week later. Like I don't understand why someone couldn't wait the week to have it, if that was even a
Supply and
situation.
demand. There's only 30 in the world at that time available. So it's just like
It's just
when
an
you're
opportunity
a
to be able to
collector.
buy one before you even could. So I was like, cool, I'll get this because I was in line.
No, I'm not talking about you, Sajko. I'm not
No, I
talking
think you
about
are, bro.
you.
Dude, Jay really loves calling us out.
All right, guys, let's move on to the prompt at this point.
All right, prompt. Let's end this episode.
Wait,
Let's
real
get out
quick.
of here.
Real quick. Jay Millie called me out earlier, so I want to let Sajko know too. Sajko, Sunday at 1:00. Do you want to be on the content creator panel day 2?
The thing is, I can't say for certain. We might have to talk off air because there are so many things up in the air. With the store opening. So
All good.
we'll see. But thank you.
But Funsie Podcast Live is at 2, so you're gonna have to be there for that.
Let's
at
go.
least.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Going on. So we're gonna do a baby tier list here. For player logos. I have 10 player logos.
Ooh, I
S,
like
A,
this.
B, C, D, F ranks. So something doesn't have to be an F. I mean, they could all be S tier, I guess, if you really want it to be. But I'm gonna go down the line, and then we can collectively discuss. So first one that we're gonna start with, Paige Pierce. What? Paige Pierce logo. What?
Well, I was gonna say this is really good. Should we save this for the expo?
You want me to? I just didn't want to call out like players, and they're like, "Hey, thanks."
Yeah, let's not do this for the expo. Paige Pierce
okay.
logo sucks.
She's like, "Yeah, that's me, dude. That's me."
I don't know. I might put that one F.
You would put an F?
I gotta look it up.
That's so harsh.
Well,
Yeah,
like
I'm sorry, listeners, if you don't know like who these logos, you
I
can
like
look them
it.
up and follow along.
I think it's
but,
an A tier logo, simple, and it's her initials.
I mean, I would definitely be
It's just PP,
between
right?
both of you guys. Yeah, it's just PP.
I love it.
No, it's-
I think it's creative.
It's fine. I mean, it's earlier than a lot of people had logos. I feel like.
well,
I would
okay. Listen,
be pretty
Sorry.
middle of the road, like C, probably C or B.
so the only reason I say F is it's a good logo, But in regards to other logos, I think it's low, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. Like, if we're gonna give it C, are we gonna give anything F? That's my worry. You know.
You'll have to find out then.
I will never give anything F.
We don't have to collectively agree. It's just kind of
Okay,
like a quick.
I think I will move off of F. I like C or D. I think it's a very logo.
Dude,
It's
Yeah.
obviously not like the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely not elite.
Fair enough. Next, we're gonna go Eagle McMahon. Are you guys familiar with this logo?
yes.
If you don't, let me know.
C.
It's-
I'd say C.
I think it's a pretty. I feel like it's a pretty bad logo.
Whoa! This is a first for me. I like his logo.
Oh, really?
I think it's
Yeah,
just,
for some reason.
I think it's
I
just
really like his
too-
logo.
I think it could be the eagle. Like the name is cool in the eagle, but I think the eagle could be a little just like cooler, better.
Agreed.
Well,
It
I
feels.
look
It
at
feels
it.
dated.
Dated.
Okay.
That's a good
So
good word.
looking at it, I'm like, I see where you guys are coming from. It definitely needs to be updated and like more sleek, maybe a little bit more simple. But when I first saw Eagles logo, when I first got into the sport, I thought it was elite. I'm gonna give this an A. That's just, I like his logo. I don't know
Brother,
why.
you're crazy.
I don't know
You're
why. I feel like
crazy.
I'm usually the other side, like
You
thinking
are.
stuff is
You
worse.
really are the other side.
But I like Eagles logo. I don't know why.
I'm
I
going
like it.
C. I'm going C. Potentially
Going
D.
A. Going A.
All right. Next, we got a Paul Macbeth. Simple by modern standards, but kind of it's hard to ignore.
Here's what I'll say. If Paul Macbeth's logo came out today, I'd give it like a C. But since
Agreed.
it was the like logo that started all the initial logos we see in disc golf and was the coolest one, is the one everyone wearing, I gotta give it an A just based on clout alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, context is everything, as we've learned over time on this podcast, and I think the fact that it has existed for so long, you see it everywhere. There's meaning behind it at this point, aside from just the logo itself. Yeah, I completely agree, Ben. Like the logo itself leaves a lot to be desired, but because it was so early that it came out.
Yeah, he started. I think it was him and like Yuli that started the initial, like the
Right.
initials in their logo type thing, and now everyone has it.
Right.
Yeah. I like how simple it is, and yeah, I agree. I like the story behind it. I give it A or B. A or B.
Yep. It couldn't have said it any better. A or B. All right. Speaking of A or B, how about Anthony Barella?
S tier. I love
S.
his logo.
S
It's 'cause
tier
it's a
collectively.
snake.
Wow.
It's a snake.
Let's
I mean,
go,
I
guys.
honestly think
I love
I
double
think his
meaning.
logo is the best in disc golf. I think that it is S tier number one.
I like
I
that
think
it's,
it's S tier
it's
number
his
one.
initials, but also like it's two things. It's just not his initials. It's like the black.
Yeah,
Mamba
it's so
logo.
cool.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so good.
I think AB is S tier top 2 or 3, but it could be number 1 potentially. We'll have to see. Next, we have Brian Earhart, the Bear Heart
S.
logo.
That's for sure. I love that logo too.
That if there was any logo that could beat out AB's, Brian Earhart's could potentially do it. Josh, are you familiar with his logo?
It's because
Yeah, it's
his
like a little
name.
bear
That's
with a
why.
heart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
I
Brian
definitely
Earhart.
think I think it's I think it's S as well.
Dude,
I
it's
don't
so
think
good.
it's better than AB's, but
All
I
right.
think
It's a
S
contender.
for sure.
It's a contender.
Yeah.
It's a contender. I agree. It's a contender, but I still think AB's is better.
All right. Next, Gannon Burr. How do we feel about the Gannon Burr logo?
Not a fan. I love Gannon Burr. He's my boy. I think he needs an updated logo. I think it's just the classic. Just put the initials together with no real like inspiration. I think he could easily incorporate the GB if it was like a iceberg or something. I think he missed an opportunity there where it's just GB in a diamond.
Is it
Have
offensive? You go ahead.
Have you guys ever heard of Grocer's Supply?
No.
If you
I'm
look
looking at it right now just because it popped
Yeah,
up when I
so-
looked up Gannon Burr logo.
Yeah, so Grocer Supply is like I've seen Grocer Supply logo on 18-wheelers, and I've taken pictures of it and sent it to my friends and been like, "Oh, look, Gannon Burr has an 18-wheeler," because his logo is
It
the
is
Grocer
pretty
Supply
Wow,
logo.
it is really
And
similar.
Dang.
like, I don't really have that much of an issue with Gannon Burr's logo. Like, I think it looks kind of cool. But then I saw the Grocer Supply logo and I was like, all right, Gannon, that's got to be a C or D for
I
me.
just think
I'm
he has
sorry.
so much opportunity to make. His name is Burr, dude. Like that's
Yeah,
easy.
for sure. It should definitely
Like-
be an iceberg for sure.
Or an
something like that.
icicle or something sick like that. I think missed opportunity there.
Well, we all have experience with graphic design. Should we each design Gannon Burr a new logo, or is that offensive?
I
That
have
would
no
be like
experience. I would.
we each bring our new Gannon Burr logo to the podcast.
Oh,
and
man.
I apologize.
This
It's going to be very visual, but that would be fun.
We should do a podcast episode for YouTube, and I guess we can talk about it. But we should redesign every pros logo and do like the top 25 or something.
Yeah, would be electric.
I guess that would take a long
That
time, but I
that
think
would
that'd be so
actually
fun.
do numbers though.
Yeah,
If we committed to it, but I wouldn't be.
we redesigned every
I-
pros.
Oh, I'd be
logo.
down. I could do that easy.
I would be the guy that's like passing the project and you get an A, but I did nothing because I have not an artistic bone in my body. I'm so bad.
Come on. All right, let's move on. We've been going for a while here. Colton Montgomery. He has his little wolf logo, and honestly, every time I see it, it's still kind of clean.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, do it up.
I don't
It's
see
not
it.
showing up when you.
Oh no, dude! If you look up player logos, I know it comes up. So
look up Colton Montgomery logo. I see it. It's the wolf.
I looked it up.
It's on his hat. There's one of the hat. I don't know. I think it's.
I have seen this one.
I think it's good that he's trying to
like
incorporate it.
this one.
Yeah, I think it's a B at best. It's not.
I think it's a
crazy.
B. Yeah, I think it's a B. I agree with B. I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's about as middle of the road B as you can possibly get.
It's
I'm glad we
average,
all agree. Again, really good stuff. Next, Yuli. I mean,
S.
it has to be
S
S
for
tier.
Yeah.
It's just
a cool
perfect.
logo.
It's just perfect.
Yeah,
It's
shout
just
out Big Germ for
exactly-
that logo.
So unfortunately, when I was looking at the logos on the tier list, my computer crashed and I didn't really realize it till after we ended the episode. And we're sorry about that. I'm still learning the whole laptop configuration of what we run. It's way more difficult than on a PC that has a bunch of RAM and storage and capacity and all that. But nonetheless, if you liked that type of style of rating, tier listing players' logos, you didn't miss much. I think we did 2 more players. But if you like that, we can do a full episode on it, full video, whatever you want. Let us know. And come to Disc South if you are around the Texas area this weekend. All 3 of the hosts of Funsie will be there. You got the biggest pro shops, manufacturers, and brands in disc golf. It's going to be an amazing time, and it's the first time in Texas, so I'd appreciate your support. And yeah, hope to see you there. If not, it's okay. Thank you for listening to Funsie. We appreciate you guys and gals a lot. It's been a wonderful journey. I think it's been a year or around a year so far. So yeah, thank you so much. Funsie! Appreciate y'all.